visit us today. So we got, I don't know, 4-ish inches of snow overnight. Working on spreading, I don't know what you want to call it, snow poop. Flows in the barnyard, and then you gotta scrape the barnyard anyways, clean out the manure, so you end up with a rocky road, I guess you could call it. But out here spreading this now, we got more to do and more barnyards to clean out. Gonna be digging at this for a little bit today. This is all snow that blew in the barnyard overnight, mixed with obviously the manure that was on the ground from the cows. Not so much, I guess, the snowfall here that creates most of the problems, it's the wind blowing. We're pretty flat on the surrounding areas here, and we got all these buildings in here, and that wind just blows in here, swirls around, and all that lands in that barnyard in there. And you gotta clean the barnyard twice a day here. And, well, when you got drifts of snow in there 2 feet deep, they gotta go before you can get down to the manure. So we usually scrape that out here in a pile, or use the loader to bring it out here in a pile, and then we'll load it in this spreader here and take it out to the field and basically relocating the snow. But yeah, we'll keep plugging along here and get this done. We're gonna have a little bit of time cleaning out driveways here. While I'm out spreading this, he's cleaning driveways here, kind of pushing snow piles out of the way, getting things ready to go here. So at least we got the ability to get stuff in and out of here easily. I'd say she's full. We're gonna go spread this on the field and come back and get another one. About the snow drifting out here. Those 2 tracks there from when we just went through, and they're already pretty much blown shut. I don't know, been 20 minutes maybe. So is from the north and the west. So yeah, it doesn't take long for that stuff to blow in here and get kind of deep. But I think we're done hauling in there now. I'm gonna go up here, put this thing away, and start helping Dad clean out driveways and stuff with the loader. So, on to the next task.
I was born in 1962, and so I lived through some of the really special years, the 70s, when the muscle tractors, the high horsepower tractors, the muscle cars were coming out. It's a really cool time, and I was a teenager, and I worked on a dairy farm. The guy's name was Jesse Hartzler, and he had red tractors, of course. That's how I got started. Well, that's another story, but anyway. The year was 1978, and International Harvester introduced the 86 series tractors, and they had some out for people to try, and we had the opportunity, he did, to buy a 986 demonstrator that was demonstrated for the same amount of money as a brand new 886. So we got the bigger tractor. We got a 100-horse tractor, and on a small dairy farm with 40 cows, that was a big deal. And it was a diesel, so it was a beast. And we got a new snowblower. And anyway, the snowblower we had before was a single auger, and it was a small tractor, 666. And we needed a bigger blower to cover the wheel span of the 986. So we got a new idea snowblower. He had a lane that was about a half-mile long and had 12-foot banks on both sides and a cut going down to the barn. And we put up 23 rolls of snow fence every year. And if you didn't, you couldn't get out, but you still needed a blower. So anyway, fast forward to today. I started working on this farm 40-some years ago, and there wasn't much of a snow blower. There was a snow thrower here. And later on, we got a snow blower that didn't do a very nice job. It didn't have a cutting edge. It left a lot of snow on the driveway, and with the semi-trucks and feed trucks and employees and stuff packing it down, it's hard for me to do a good job. Left a lot of loose snow for people to get stuck in with two-wheel drive vehicles. Lots of times we'd take the angle blade out and cut it into a windrow and try and pile it in the middle and try and blow it out. And didn't have much luck. So a few years ago, my wife and I, one Sunday afternoon, we were for a drive, and I saw a new idea snowblower along the road for sale. Really rusty. And I called about it, and it was pretty expensive for what it was, the shape it was in. I thought, well, I got the bug. I loved looking at farm equipment on the internet. So I got on there and I found one in Illinois. So Ben and I went for a long road trip out there, rented a U-Haul trailer. I got the dimensions. We found a U-Haul trailer that would fit, and it just sit down there just like a shoebox. Brought that thing home. Straightened it out, did some welding, painting, restored it, but it was a small one. It was a 7-footer. And down where I live at the other farm, I had been putting up snow fence, and I always had to drive this tractor down there, and I hate driving my tractors in the salt. And had to drive this one down if I wanted to blow it out, and so I took it down there, so I had a blower. And we still had the 8-footer, the other one up here that didn't work so well. So one day I brought that new idea up here, and oh, what a difference that made. It has a cutting edge, does a wonderful job. It peels it right down to the gravel, and even if you drive on it, it cuts that out of there. So I thought, I'm gonna look and see if I can find an 8-footer. So I got on the internet again. Sure enough, I found an 8-footer. So last year, a little over a year ago, we got this 8-footer and painted it again. Got some nice decals made for it and restored it. And this morning was its debut. I've been waiting for snow, hoping for snow. We haven't had any snow until today. And we finally got the big snow. So this morning I got to use it. The milk truck got stuck, and got him out of here, and it packed it down. That thing ate it right up. And I am impressed with it. Now this is the deluxe model. The one we had when I was a teenager had a crank. You had to crank the spout. These have hydraulic rotators, so it kind of spoils you. So we're going to take her out there now, and hopefully it doesn't break down for us, but we're going to give you a little footage. We got a lot of lanes here to clear. This farm has about a mile between buildings, or half mile. With all the lanes on this farm, there's a mile of lanes, and so it takes a while to clean it out. And a blade is not the solution. The blade just piles it up and it comes in worse. So out here you need a blower to make your problem go away.
Well, you may have heard my phone ring at the end of that last little bit of film there. That was my mom calling. She's buried in her driveway. She's got to get unstuck because she has to take my sister to work. So I'm gonna try to hurry up and get down there and get them unburied. little buckshot. That's all that gravel is. It happens. It is very hard to just tell how deep you are when you got snow on the drive. Plus, you know, it's not like we live in a perfect world where everything's level. He's gonna go up the road to the neighbors right there, blow them out. Their lane always gets pretty full, so we'll go up there and blow them out. You can see how deep this drift is here. You know, that thing, it cuts her right down to the gravel, so it does a nice job. I'm glad he decided to buy that last year. That sure works pretty good. A lot better than the old one we had. So he's gonna head up the road. I'm gonna go down to the other farm for a little bit, and we'll catch up with him once he gets back down there to blow the west lane out. We'll film a little bit more of that.
want to see if I can tilt it up a little bit so it don't dig so bad.
Okay.
It really goes down.
Yeah.
A lot better than the old one did.
Yeah. Did you get them all cleaned out up there then?
Yeah, one pass did a nice job. I'm impressed. I don't have to clutch very often.
Yeah.
That old one, you know, it pulled like crazy.
Yeah. It seems, but you know, from standing next to it out here, it doesn't sound like it's working it
No.
near like the old one did.
You have to clutch it once in a while if you see a big pile behind it.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's better than the last one. You wouldn't even get 4 inches in the damn thing to your pin.
no, did you see how deep that was down the farm? It ate it right up.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that.
Well, that little one on that 806 is the same way.
Yeah.
I'll buzz down through here real quick and then I'll run the front lane and then I'll go home for lunch.
Okay.
Then after lunch I'll come down and see what we can get into. Maybe we can take a couple pieces off the truck.
Oh yeah, we got time. We can do that.
We can put some heat in there.
Yeah, I'll turn that heater on.
Yeah.
Well, we've officially dug everything out, at least for the time being. We'll see how long that lasts. We got some wind today, so probably gonna snow some more, but we're in here in the shop now. We're gonna work on this truck we brought home last week, and gonna try to get the bed tore off today, I think. Well, ready to come off. I don't know if we'll lift it off, depends on how far we get. So we're gonna plug away on this for this afternoon here. Well, we've taken off the pintle hitch here. We'll go ahead and sell that. Maybe we'll get a couple bucks for it. Tried to take off this filler neck bezel here, if that's what you would call that, and it for some reason don't want to come off, and all those hose clamps under there are so rusted to junk they won't come off either. So just took a grinder and zipped that off, and it's free for now. Just went ahead and removed the wiring for the lights. I'm gonna crawl under there now and see how many bolts are actually holding this thing on. We're gonna take this bed off. We have really no use for it. It's not in good shape anyways. I mean, if you look in here, you can see the level of care that this thing kind of had from this past life. So we're gonna use this thing for hauling our cattle trailer around. So we're gonna take this off of here and we'll build a hitch, put it on here. So I'm gonna roll under here, see how many bolts we got, and see if we can get this bed yanked off of here. Brief intermission. Don't know why this thing's not coming off. I'm really guessing somebody did a good job welding this on here. So, it makes life fun. We cut across the backside here as we thought that this would remove the bed from the bumper that we think is welded to the frame, but put some pressure on it with a cherry picker here and it didn't seem to move. So guess we're gonna have to reevaluate what we're doing here. So guess we'll catch up with you once we know what we're doing. All right, well, she's ready to come off now. Took a bit of doing. Didn't really know how this thing was mounted in the rear. The front has U-bolts up over the frame that actually hook into the channel on the bottom of this box here and, you know, clamp underneath to the bottom side of the frame of the truck. But The back here was just welded in all sorts of places. There's a piece of diamond plate here. You can follow that line there all the way over there, and I torched it out down there. Thought that's what was holding it on. That wasn't the only thing holding this on. Whoever put this bed on here, kudos to you, because you did not want it to come off. I don't think I'd have probably done all that, but it's free now. Use a cherry picker to make sure it's free. It's ready to rock and roll. I had to torch some holes here to get access up into here. This is actually welded up to the frame too, so that's all cut loose now, so she's ready to come off. But we'll save that for you guys for the next video. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. As always, God bless, and we will catch you in the next video.